Okay. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumi Desalu-Vold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed, my darlings. Sit back, grab some tea, grab a drink, grab whatever that will make you relax, and let's get into this conversation. Are we living and loving the red lip? I seldom do color, but these days I'm kind of all about color, and I'm living and loving. This is an old Gianni Versace necklace, and I live and love. Let me just move it there we go so that you can see it. The emblem, I think the emblem is the representative of their house. And then this is a little itty bitty blouse. I don't remember where I bought it, and it's a simple skirt. And here we are. This particular subject I'm going to talk about was in my DMs. You guys requested this for me. Talk about Skai Jackson. Talk about Skai Jackson. Talk about Skai Jackson. And I was like, what happened to Skai Jackson? So I said, of course, darlings, as I've said many times before, it may be my channel, but baby girl, it is your show. So here we are. We are going to talk about whom? We are going to talk about Skai Jackson. Skai Jackson was a Disney princess, beautiful girl, and she was on this Disney show called Jessie, and that's where she kind of skyrocketed. Beautiful girl. So charming, so adorable. She had the world in the palm of her hands. And I personally thought that she was going to be bigger than big and be very much like Zendaya. She had it all, or so we thought. Needless to say, she's 22 and she's expecting her first child. And we only found out that she was expecting her first child when the police were called, because herself and her boyfriend were in an altercation. And so when the police showed up, she said, absolutely not. Nothing of the sort is going on. Violence, nothing of the kind. As a matter of fact, I'm engaged to him and I'm expecting my first child. And that was how we got to find out about her wonderful beau. And his name, let me just get this because it's in the Daily Mail. He's been arrested again very recently. DeAndre Bergen. And he's been arrested in Cincinnati. My mom was a young mom. My father was a young dad. I think he had only just turned 25 when I was born. And they've been married now for 57 years. And it's not so much about being young and having children. I think that's a wonderful thing if that happens for you. When you find that significant other, everything falls in place. This scenario very much reminds me of Whitney and Bobby. May her beautiful soul rest in peace. There's a beautiful dress that I want to get made that Whitney wore. I just love this dress, and it reminds me very much of the Whitney and Bobby saga. Dare I say it's an insult to Bobby, because Bobby was the biggest R&B solo act of his time. From that late 80s to the early 90s, nobody could touch Bobby Brown. This guy here, nobody knows him. And he's out here in these streets talking about, I'm using my words just to polish everything up. He's just really, angry at himself for putting her in the family way. My words, not his. You should see what he said. And so we are very upset, or should I say aunties out here, who have watched Skai Jackson from her early childhood for it to kind of amount to this. I'm going to stop there. I went to a fabulous party last night. Baby, I had a fabulous time. When I tell you, I danced, I sugar boom boomed. Yes, I did. wonderful girlfriend, Bina, and she has a fashion house. I'm going to put that up here. And she has been married for 35 years, and she's known Charles for about 40. So she kind of met him in her teens, and we went to high school together. We went to Holy Child College, Lagos, together, and we have been friends for 40 years. And that was when she met Charles. And yesterday we went to celebrate his 60th birthday. It was fabulous. It was a black and white party, and everything was glamorous, and we were spraying money, just the $1 note, nothing heavy, but you know how we Africans do. And it was fabulous. And as I sat there and I took pictures with her children that were just babies, I remember when they were all born. It was wonderful to see this marriage come all the way around. And that's what we wish and want for all of us and for the next generation coming. We want that to be set as an example. And I told Bina that last night. I said, girlfriend, you set the standard for what happy marriages look like, because you've been with Charles for 40 years, you've been married for 35, and she's still young, and her waist is still tiny, and she's still very much like the high school girlfriend that I, fell in love with all those years ago. I bring that up because it is the opposite and dread for Skai Jackson, because this boyfriend ain't gonna cut it. And I think for us as aunties and secondary mothers, we look at it and there's a sense of sadness. There is a sense of sadness because, especially Fumi Nation, I have to give it to you. You are a classy bunch of girls out here in these Fumi Nation YouTube streets. You're very classy. You're so vocal, you're so colorful, you express yourselves, you tell me like it is, of which I have the utmost respect. But your request for, content about other women is very uplifting. And at the same time, when it's not, you say it because you want us to stand on business as queens. And I think that was why this came from a place of, oh my God, Skai, I was rooting for you. I wanted you to do so much better. I wanted you to date, to marry, pregnant, but not from this guy, because this guy has nothing to offer you. And we don't want anybody out here in these streets to take anything from you. And I understand that. And so, Skai, I direct that to you. Congratulations on the upcoming child that you're going to have. But when we see you walking around and you don't look yourself as we have seen you, it's bothersome, because we know that you're being more affected than you care to admit from your partner. It would have been nice if you had gotten married. It would have been nice for your mother to give you away in your beautiful white dress, with all of your family there to vouch for you and for his family to see you. When I got married to Ula, my entire family came to Norway. It was powerful because the airport had not seen so many black people in quick succession. They were like, what is going on? And my father was there, and he said it right there. He said, what you do to Fumi, you do to us. We are representing her. So that when we go, whatever you do to Fumi, you do to us. She laughs, we laugh. She cries, we cry louder. It was powerful. It was beautiful. They came also to Lagos. Whatever you do to Ula, you do to us. That's what we wanted for you, Skai. Because we appreciate the young child that you were, and you entertained us, and you kept those Disney stories alive for our children, for us, for our inner child. And we want to reward you with best wishes, with prayers and longevity and happiness. And this does not give us the confidence that you are going down that road. My fellow sisters, I also want to tell you, I know my nanny. We have a thing in this house. When they go out, she always updates me every 10 minutes. It's my only child. We don't know Skai. We only see Skai on TV. We don't know what she likes. We don't know what she doesn't like. And so we assume that she's this cookie cutter good girl. I say that because the amazing, the most beautiful, the voice, I don't know anybody that can top Whitney in beauty, in voice, in talent. I don't think so. I know that I'm not the only one who was left with their mouth on the floor when the reality show hit with Bobby and Co. And we saw Whitney in a light that we could never ever have imagined. It was just very hard to digest. And I knew then, as I say now, we didn't know Whitney. Whitney had a talent, she had a voice. But she was a completely different person from what the managers, the agents, the record studios, record heads, studio heads packaged her to be and sold that image to us. I lived and worked in Hollywood for 15 years. I modeled before then. I was a pageant girl before then. I live and love the business. And I'm very serious about the person that I am. And really and truly, the person that you see is the person that you're getting. And I think that goes for Zendaya. Zendaya is very serious about her career. She lives for it. I see how she works for those photo shoots. Come rain, come shine, come cold, contouring her body one way or the other. She lives for this business. And her career she takes very seriously. She's talented. Skai also is talented. But Skai didn't give it the passion that Zendaya gave to her career. And so I've seen a lot of things. When I tell you, I just keep quiet because you'll be shocked at who I see a lot of people fan over, not talented, can barely get up and show up on time. And then there are others that not only do they know their own lines, they know the other actors' lines that they are starring in. Yes, they do. Vanessa Williams, she's a beast. Vanessa Williams, I saw her and I said, yes, talented. And there are some out here that are just not. And until I was in LA, because I did a lot of extra work, so you're invisible. Nobody sees you. And that became my learning platform. That was where I soaked it all in. Because I went to actor studio. And those that know, you know how hard it is to get into actor studio. My God, I got the talent. Yeah, I do. And so I saw a lot when I went out to LA and I said, let me do a lot of extra work. Let me find out how to get myself navigate. I was working at Tommy Hilfiger and I would go and do extra work. And so I was lucky to be on over 1,000 films. I did a lot of body doubles. Actresses might be pregnant, so they use my torso a lot. It was a phenomenal learning platform that was priceless. And in so doing, I saw a lot of actors that had machines behind them. And so you really didn't even know who you were applauding for because it depended on how they packaged it. And then you really just saw them for who they were. And they were nothing like what we saw in the magazines or what you see on film, even on the interviews. There are certain questions that you cannot ask in interviews, this, that, and the third. My God. So what I'm trying to tell you, don't take it to heart. Let us support Skai, let us love her, and let us wish the best for her. The father of the child, he can't even be a supportive partner. Let this also be a note for other girls. Young, beautiful girls, we love you and we want you to have the best time. Above all, really learn and master who you are. Because Once you know who you are, once you know who you are on the inside, nothing can touch you on the outside. It took me a minute to find out. And when I did, everything kind of fell into place. And so don't rush to that guy. Don't rush to sleep with him, because having a child is a step and repeat. And your career will take a different direction, because you need to take care of your child. You need to make sure that your child is well looked after. There are going to be times when you are not going to be able to do certain things because your child is not well, is sick, school, this, that. That's what children do. They change the dynamic of the relationship completely, and they do change you. Most cases for the better. Adrian came and gifted my life. He came and he gifted my life. He turned my entire world for the better. But I was ready, and I had a wonderful partner and a husband who was equally ready to welcome this joy and blessing in our life. There's nothing else you take from this. Take the advice. It's free, but it's priceless. All of my love, darlings. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you sooner than later. All of my love. I forgot to get up. I forgot to get up and show you the little walkies. I'm sorry. It's just a plain skirt, like I said, and then it is tapered down in the back. You know, and it's just a little blouse, my darlings, and that's it. I'm so sorry, I forgot to show you. A little black and white, and then I'm just wearing mules. That's it. Okay, I gotta go. Mwah. Love you. Bye.